Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is day 27 of the March Leetcode Daily Challenge. It's a Saturday. Well, I guess technically it's a Sunday, but for me, it's a Saturday. And that means that the contest is in an hour and a half or so. So we will, hopefully this is a good warm up. Hopefully it's a good practice. I don't know how you're doing, but hope you're all having a great weekend in general. Yeah. All right, cool. Today's problem is Leet 1337, the K weakest row in the matrix. Okay, what's a matrix? A row is weaker than I is weaker than J if the number of soldiers in row I is less than the numbers of soldiers in row J. Both rows have the same number of soldiers and I is good. Okay, so basically number of ones and I's, and then as a tiebreaker I and J. So then that's pretty okay. What are we K weakest? Okay, so you can definitely do it with sorting, but whenever you see K smallest, K largest, K weakest, K strongest, or whatever, you should be doing it with heap, and then that way you only care about the K elements, and you get to reduce it from whatchamacallit. You get to reduce it from log K to log N, or sorry, the other way around, log N to log K, and that's basically what we're going to do here. There is a little bit of a nuance because heap doesn't, let's see, heap, at least in the Python implementation, I could be wrong. If you know otherwise, please leave a comment in the YouTubes or in Discord or whatever, but I don't know, because I think you can override the sorting function or the less function or whatever you want to call it. But in lieu of that, we'll have to kind of keep track of it in a better way. So yeah, for row in matrix, we go heap q dot heap push the row. Well, we have to push it to heap, and then we want to do three things. Like one, and then I guess we have to care about the index. So let's get that in there as well. So index is the first tiebreaker, but the main thing is row dot count of one, and that should be good. And because we want the smaller numbers first, this should give us the right order, or do we? The quick question, I guess, then now is: do we want a min heap or a max heap? And you can really you can see where actually, and we don't need we actually don't even need sorry, Alexa is doing something on my, anyway. Okay, so yeah, so one thing to know is that we actually don't need the row anymore after getting the count. We just need the row and index, so we could get rid of this for slight efficiency. The second is that we actually want this to be a max heap so that we get rid of the max element. So we get rid of the K plus one strongest element every time, right? So in that case, we actually want the max heap, and having a min heap that is, inherent to Python, and this is where the ordering matters a little bit, is something that we can think about. And for the purpose of what we're doing with I'm just going to invert it, but there's probably a cleaner way of doing it. Let me actually take a quick look. Let me see if I could change that. I actually don't know. I feel like I haven't. Yeah, I just trying to see if there's a way to overload it in a easy way. So there is a way. It seems like I'm Googling right now. There is a way to do it with data classes and then doing an order and then changing the compare function, but that's really long for competitiveness. So I'm just going to do this for now. During the contest, I might actually use sorted list, because in sorted list there is a key thing, and then you could reword it. And one thing is that it allows you to change it really quickly. Yeah, there are kind of nuances there. But yeah, so then now this is a while loop, but it really should be just an if statement, and that should be fine. I always like doing it so that I don't have to think about it, because it can only, and yeah, and that's pretty much the idea. And then now we want, after this is done, we want to get the answer, right? So yeah. So then now we have while length. We do. And we get the number of soldiers. Wait, maybe I misunderstood this. No, okay. No, I was wondering if there's like some weird, because now I noticed this part, and I was wondering if there's like some weird 11011, but you only count the first 0 or something like that. I don't know if my interpretation is quite right. Okay, I mean that's a kind of weird way of doing it, but anyway. So yeah, so the number of soldiers will be here, and then the index will be here. Yeah, and then of course index is a negative index, so we have to fix it, and then we append index, and that's pretty much it. Of course now, because the heap, we only get the biggest element each, so we have to reverse it. So we can just reverse it and then return the answer, and I think we should be good here. Yeah, this is going to be log k as we talked about. So yeah, so let's give it a submit. Hopefully I didn't misunderstood anything, and hopefully this is faster or close. Oh, slower, huh? But yeah, this is going to be n log k, or something like that. I mean, I think maybe more accurately, just m times n, so maybe n is a little bit confusing. But let's say you have r is equal to the number of rows, c is equal to the number of columns. I find that to be, r and c is easier for me to not get confused, which is m times n. And in that case, we have for each row, we do one count, which is c, and of course it's going to be log k, because the heap will have at most k elements. So this is our total complexity. Yeah, and the other stuff doesn't really matter because every number gets popped once, and then reverse is just linear anyway. So this is plus k, I guess. Actually, maybe it just matters a little bit, but yeah, but k is going to be less than or for obvious reasons. So I guess it doesn't have to be, but nonetheless. So then this gets eaten into this if you really want to do the math. Depending on how you want to precise you want to be, and of course space is going to be all of r, and just because each row has 2 elements, right? So yeah. Oops. That's all I have for this problem. But before that, let me see how I did in the past years. Seems like they ask this every year. I solve it every year. Yeah, you could, like I was going to say, you could sort it. That's great too. I did it with the heap last year. The first time I did it with sort because I was lazy, I guess. Yeah. Cool. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. Hope you have a good contest if you're doing it later, or maybe just whenever you're having a contest. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, and take care. Bye bye.